Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my channel. This is the PRD show where we discuss all things non-fungible. I wasn't planning on making a video today. That being said, I woke up this morning to some rather interesting news and I wanted to share it with everyone as soon as possible because I do believe all these factors will have a potentially very positive impact in NFT land. The first bit of news that we see is that the numbers have been released and the US inflation rate is 6.8%. That's the highest we've seen since 1982. So why is that relevant in NFTs? The reason this is relevant is what we're seeing in crypto land is a massive sell-off or a flash dip. I do not believe this is the beginning of the bear market like some people are saying. I think if you look at the history of crypto bull runs, you see run-ups, you see anywhere from a 30 to 40% drop, and then another run-up, 30 to 40% drop. It happens time after time. You look at the history. This is normal. For those of you new into the crypto space, it's very scary. You're not used to those flash dips of 10, 20, 30%. I'm going to tell you, in the long run, you're going to want to get used to that because it is still a volatile market. That being said, it's also a very lucrative market. So to bring this information full circle, I want to explain to you why when I see prices dropping in cryptocurrency, I get excited for NFTs. There is typically an inverse relationship between cryptocurrency pricing and NFT sales volumes. And the reason for that is it's pretty straightforward. When Ethereum is on the rise and it becomes expensive, you get up to those $4,600, $4,700 Ethereum prices, it becomes much less lucrative for a person to invest in NFTs because they're simply just more expensive. Now, the really great thing about this inverse relationship we see between crypto and NFTs is that it gives you an opportunity to kind of play both sides of the field with your investments. So when you see cryptocurrency going parabolic, you know your sales levels are going to be a little lower in NFT land. When crypto is parabolic, you do not want to be buying cryptocurrency. You don't want to buy at the top. You want to be focused on your NFTs because you're going to get them at a discount, so to speak. When crypto is crashing, that's usually a good sign that you're going to see that increased volume on maybe some of your stagnant NFTs or some that you've been looking to flip or make a profit on. That's probably a good time to start checking those prices, see where the floor is at, and maybe you're ready to make a sell and try to make a little bit of a profit. So the good news doesn't necessarily just stop there. I also woke up to see this article about Pepsi becoming the latest brand to enter the NFT space. Now, I know there's a lot of controversy over these big name brands entering this space because we are a bunch of degens. We like to keep it decentralized, but we have to remember this is absolutely essential for mass adoption. And once we get to mass adoption of NFTs as a whole, that's when we're really going to see that life-changing money. We're going to see the gains that we're all in this space for. So when we dive into this project a little bit, and I'm going to be upfront, I have no intentions of buying this. They are minting today, and they're releasing a drop of 1,893 NFTs. This, I believe, pays homage to the year that they launched back in 1893. The other bit of news that is also encouraging to me is that we saw a record high sell of a CryptoPunk yesterday. It sold for $10 million, $10.2 million to be exact. So why is that important to us who probably, some of these viewers, I know I certainly can't afford a $10 million NFT. That's important because the last time we saw a major sell like this on a CryptoPunk, we saw a big influx of new buyers because these kind of numbers draw attention, and that's positive, much needed attention to this space. You've got to remember, we're all still very early. So the sooner we can get more and more people involved and draw that attention, it's all very good for us in the long run. Now, one thing I'll note is this buyer is still anonymous, and I think it's actually pretty interesting. He bought CryptoPunk number 4156. He actually turned around and relisted it for 4,156 Ethereum. Again, I think paying homage to that ID number. So as a whole, when we start seeing news like big companies entering the space, big sales, that's all very positive, guys. So if it's not already happening, and we'll take a look at the numbers, I'm expecting an increase in volume in the NFT space as a whole. So what I want to caution you on is do not buy the top. Do your research on any project you're looking at. Do not go ape into a project just because I'm telling you we might see a run up. You, just like you would do in the stock market, just like you would do on the crypto exchange, you buy the bottom, you sell the top. So do your research, be very thorough. Let's take a look at the numbers. Okay, so I'm using Nansen. For those of you who aren't familiar with Nansen, in our NFT Academy series, which will begin this Sunday, we're going to be giving detailed analysis of what different tools in the industry are and how to best use them for your personal investment strategy or your personal collecting strategy. We're going to start at the very basics of what NFTs are, and throughout the weekly series we will build up to using more advanced tools like this. That being said, just taking a quick look at the blue chip index, kind of as I suspected, you see here yesterday on the 9th, a bit of a volume spike. Now we're not at the numbers that we've seen, in mid-November, and we're certainly not at the numbers we were seeing in September or even further back in, I believe it was May, where we saw some really good spikes. So to me, this is a promising time to really start digging in, looking at some projects. We're seeing a spike, but it's not a massive spike yet. It's not a guaranteed thing, but I do suspect we're going to see some elevated numbers for a few days with all this positive news coming out that's going to drive some numbers our ways. So typically when I see news like this, I tend to want to dig in a little further, and I'm going to be spending my day doing that. And if I find anything that's just absolutely top notch, I'll try to go live a little bit later and give you guys an update if I come across anything. That being said, the next thing I would do when I start seeing news like this and I start to see some crypto pricing drop, I want to see what's going on, what the activity is. So no surprise, CryptoPunks still number one on the charts. I do suspect that early 2022, maybe mid 2022, I fully expect Bored Ape Yacht Club to overtake CryptoPunks. That will be a big moment in NFT history. And I think they're going to remain the leader for quite a long time. It's going to be hard to steal that momentum that Bored Ape Yacht Club has. Something else I would point out is we see some derivative projects such as Ape Kids Club kind of spiking. They're number 3 right now. And if you had got in at that mint price and rode that wave up to, I think they peaked at 1 ETH just a few days ago, and as I see they're at 0.75 right now, it might have been a good investment. Personally, I'm not jumping into many of the derivative projects, certainly not once we're already seeing a spike, because while they're riding off the momentum of a Bored Ape Yacht Club, but I don't believe that there's any affiliation between Ape Kids Club and Bored Ape Yacht Club. So be very cautious if you start exploring projects such as Ape Kids Club, or I think it was Desperate Ape Wives. They're on number 11 right now. I'm not saying they're bad projects, not saying they're good. I'm just saying you want to be very cautious with these derivative programs. Just do your own research, as always. So listen, guys, the last piece of advice I'll leave you with is buy the rumor, sell the hype. And right now there's some rumors going on. There's some great news going on. If you can get in before the big hype wave comes in, which is why I wanted to make this video first thing this morning, you might have a chance to make some gains today. Nothing guaranteed in this space. As always, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy doing some research, trying to bring you as much value as I can. So if you liked anything I said in this video, please like the video below. Leave a comment if you have any questions. I will answer every question. But all these comments and likes, guys, they really help the YouTube algorithm. And I think I'm bringing some value to you guys, and I want to share that value with as many people as I can. So the more likes, the more comments, the more subscribers, the better it's going to be for everyone in this space. And the more we can spread this word of what NFTs are and what the real value is, the real intrinsic value, because I'm telling you guys, long term, when the metaverse becomes mainstream, we're going to see mass adoption, and that's when you're going to see those life-changing numbers. So that's why I'm also a big fan of holding these blue chip NFTs for a long time, because that's where you're going to see the real value. Thanks, guys.